Grades are in for Ohio schools. The state's yearly report cards are out. While some districts are excelling, others question just what they're being graded on. The Now's Jennifer Awe sat down with the superintendent of the Euclid schools. Jennifer?
Well, Rob, he says changes need to be made, and the state bases each district's grade on many factors. Some local schools are not making the grade, and Euclid superintendent calls these report cards one-dimensional and superficial.
The release of the state report cards is absolutely a frustration for us.
Superintendent Charlie Smilek just viewed the state report card out today for Euclid schools.
Grades correlate largely to zip codes, and to judge a school district on the basis of this one measure, I think, is an incomplete assessment.
Smilek talked about the strengths of his school district, which are not measured on the report cards.
We have great athletic programs. We have arts programs that are the envy of other school districts. Our biggest strengths really come in the area of early learning and come in the area of career tech programming at our high school.
What the state report cards do measure: academic achievement, graduation rate, literacy, preparation for success in the workforce, and progress.
The progress component has been a mystery. If you look at our progress component grades, specifically our value-added grade in recent years, we were always exceeding expectations. Then 2 years ago we had an F. Last year we had an A. This year we have an F.
Superintendent Smilek says more transparency is needed.
School districts don't dramatically change course that quickly in 1 year's time.
On the state report card, Euclid, Cleveland, and East Cleveland were listed as the lowest performing districts in Cuyahoga County, along with Maple, Richmond, and Warrensville Heights. As for the highest performing, Solon, Beechwood, Rocky River, and Brecksville. Superintendent Smilek admits Euclid has some work to do.
Our student achievement grades are not something we're going to excuse.
One way the Euclid School District is working to improve.
One of the avenues we're taking is to have an Always a Panther program. We're trying to get community mentors.
Superintendent Smilek says he will be attending a meeting with other districts next month to discuss ways to improve the state report cards to better represent urban school districts. In the Tech Center, I'm Jennifer Awe reporting for The Now Cleveland.
Well, the roads around your kids' or grandkids' school may not be as safe as you think. 1 in 3 drivers are doing unsafe things like being on their cell phone in school zones. New research from ZenDrive says between 4 and 5 in the afternoon is the most dangerous time to be on or near roads around schools. So that's something to keep in mind, even if you're not picking up kids. It says afternoon pickup is 40% more dangerous than the morning pickup. The company mapped out the areas around 75,000 schools all across the country to see which states are the safest. States in green, those are the safest overall around schools, and then red, those are the least safe. You can see Ohio overall did pretty well. Overall is key because we can actually zoom in on this map here and take a closer look here. You can break it down by counties. Okay, so overall we're in the green, but then for example, Cuyahoga County only got a D+. You can also break this down even further. You can see individual schools and check out how those are doing. I don't have enough time to show you all of this, but you can see how likely it is people are distracted on their cell phones near specific schools. We've got a link for you to check out on our News 5 app.
Amazing stuff. All right, let's get back outside and talk to Mark. Mark, is that the sun peeking through
That
there?
is sun trying to poke through a little blue sky action, and that bodes well for a Tribe game tonight as we go for victory number
22.
Yes. All right.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Taylor Swift.
Is that a Taylor Swift reference?
You should know that. She's your favorite.
Look what you made me do. Here we go. Let's show you what's going on outside right now. Well, we got a couple of isolated sprinkles. We're going to zoom into Wayne County and Holmes County, and over here toward Dover, New Philly. Maybe around East Sparta, an isolated sprinkle. A lot of these may not even be reaching the ground, so it's just random stuff, and it's light and brief. So the optimism is high, weather-wise for the Tribe game and also for the team. Here we go, 68 at 7 p.m. Look at those light winds. They're coming all the way down into the time here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We've got 60s throughout the ball game, a little bit of clearing. I would say no need for a coat, just lots of cheering for our Tribe. Let's hope their bats are hot tonight.
All right, Mark. And there's this, Quicken Loans Arena. About to undergo a major transformation. Work officially started today on a $140 million project. A crane was put in place to start the work on the foundation. A new glass facade will eventually be installed. The project is already 2 months behind schedule, though, because of a fight over how to fund that renovation. Officials, though, are still hoping to finish work by the summer of 2019.
And as we've been telling you, Amazon is shopping around for a second headquarters location, and Akron is trying to sell them on the Rubber City. The online retail giant recently bought Whole Foods, which is already sold in Akron. In fact, the grocer's first 365 store east of the Mississippi opens there today. And as Good Morning Cleveland anchor Katie Houston shows us, it's an even bigger opportunity for a local small business.
Tim and Emily Bechtel have turned their passion into their profession.
We believe in high quality ingredients, treating people right.
2 years after opening Artisan Coffee in Akron, they have a new business venture brewing.
Opening a second location, and let alone with Whole Foods, is really unbelievable, and it's really exciting.
With every 365, we like to reach out to some local businesses and have them kind of live in our space with us, and we refer to them as our friends of 365.
Audrey Lane is a team leader for the new Whole Foods Market 365 in Akron, the first in Ohio and only the 6th nationwide.
Why not Akron? Akron is an amazing place to live. I moved back here to raise my family.
365 is Whole Foods' chain of smaller stores with lower prices and a focus on their 365 everyday value brand.
It's exciting. It's still surreal.
Artisan will sell their coffee in store and serve fresh at the coffee bar. It's their design, and they maintain control of their product.
We basically pay them a license fee every month.
You'll find other Ohio and local goods sold in store too. It's a blend of new options and opportunities that has Akron buzzing.
I feel like that's kind of the Akron way a little bit. We're constantly reinventing ourselves.
And accessibility should not be a concern because the Akron Metro stops right here, just about 130 steps from the new grocery store. In Akron, Katie Houston, News 5.
And Whole Foods 365 actually hired 90 people in Akron. 16 were transferred. Artisan hired an additional 6 people for their new location.
Still ahead for us on The Now, we talk about how TV shows are taking extra steps to make sure nobody spoils the ending for us, but no spoilers here, we promise.
You're watching The Now Cleveland. We are your source for everything happening right now.
Here we go with the Now News feed. The Treasury Secretary is in the hot seat again over how he's using government planes. The department says he wanted to use a plane for his honeymoon this summer because he was worried about communications being secure, but he withdrew that request when he found another option.
HBO is going to shoot multiple endings for the final season of Game of Thrones after all those leaks it dealt with this past season. Remember that? Even the cast and crew won't know what the real ending is ahead of time. They start shooting the show next month, but it's not expected to be on TV until 2019.
And meet Blutiful. That's the name that got the most votes for Crayola's new crayon. You'll start seeing Blutiful in Crayola boxes later this year. It replaces Dandelion.
All right. Well, the FDA just announcing new labels for peanut-containing foods suitable for infants. The move may reduce the risk of babies developing an allergy. For years and years, parents were told to avoid exposing high-risk children to peanuts. The guidelines now recommend that parents of infants with severe eczema, egg allergy, or both introduce peanut-containing foods into a child's diet as early as 4 to 6 months of age. No word yet on when these labeled products, though, will hit the market.
Legendary talk show host Larry King's revealed he had surgery to treat lung cancer. Though he hasn't smoked in 30 years, the 83-year-old tells People magazine he underwent surgery for stage 1 lung cancer in July. He says the hurdle will not slow him down. He was the host of Larry King Live on CNN for 25 years.
Checking back in on today's lineup, we are going to tell you about the company that wants to make sure there is a clean bathroom for us to use wherever we are. Wherever, Rob.
We're back in 2 minutes.
Well, welcome back to the Now Cleveland. Up here shooting a little bit of video of some construction going on along West 130th, and check this out. I think a kid is trying to steal the show here, taking control of things in the traffic department. in his little go-kart, headed southbound on West 130th. This is the closest thing to a chase I've ever covered here in Air Tracker 5. Just strolling around here. Actually, if I could actually play the video, that might be a little bit more helpful. There we go. I'll back this up so you can see exactly what I was talking about. But yeah, construction, West 130th and Bel Air, a little bit of confusing for drivers, and it gets a little bit more confusing when this guy decides to zip out into traffic. Maybe it's not playing, maybe it is playing. There we go. All right. Sorry, I have a little technical difficulty up here. Yeah, never know what you're going to see up here in Air Tracker 5, guys. We'll send things back to you, and we'll let you know where this guy comes to arrest at.
I'm not sure that's a kid. It looks kind of like a man, a balding man. I don't know. We'll follow up on this for you. It's so weird, so weird. Okay, let's catch up on the Now News feed. We all love to see bloopers, and today SpaceX having some fun showing its failures with the Falcon 9 rocket. It put together this video called How Not to Land a Rocket. Elon Musk joked maybe Falcon realized it still loved us or finally read the instructions.
I'm still...
I know the go-kart.
Hey, are you part of the Pinterest trend? It's apparently popular right now. Pinterest said today its top 200 million users. That's up 38%.
And you've seen this picture that went viral, right? Yeah, those 3 cute Gainesville officers helping in Florida after Hurricane Irma. Well, now the Knoxville Police Department is challenging them and all the women who've been commenting about those cops to donate to hurricane relief. Developing right now, several soldiers are hurt after an explosion at Fort Bragg. Those soldiers are members of the U.S. Army Special Operations Command. Their conditions have not been released. Now, the explosion happened on Range 6-9 at the base in North Carolina. Still not clear what caused the blast. This comes a day after 15 Marines were injured in California during a training exercise at a military base.
The talk at Boston's Fenway Park right now has nothing to do with baseball. People are upset over a banner. It reads, "Racism is as American as baseball." Some people sitting above the outfield hung that banner over the wall during last night's game between the Red Sox and the Oakland A's. The sign was up for one batter before umpires noticed and they had it taken down. Several fans not amused by the sign